Here we go. Hey everybody, we're joined tonight with Danny, and we're joined tonight by Gina.
Hello.
Hello.
So Danny, how's things been with you, and how's the spirit world?
Oh, things have been all right. I'm feeling a little bit better, and the spirits, they're always active and keeping at me. So
Yeah. I mean, I heard you weren't very well.
Wants to talk.
I heard you weren't very well. How are you? Like, you getting there? Aye.
Yeah,
Stronger.
I'm getting better. I'm getting better. I just gotta get this. I got a rupture in my bladder, so I'm just waiting to get in for surgery. They postponed it 3 times now.
Dear.
Do you think, here's a question I wanted to always ask you, right? And
Hi,
I think a lot
Robert.
of others would
Hi,
in the chat would probably want to ask you this. We want to ask you this. Do you think bad spirits cause health problems?
Oh yeah.
If you
get lots of health problems, even from people unintentionally. But I mean, when you put out that much energy, if you don't take time to recuperate,
yes,
it's really hard on your body. So, whether or not they do it, or whether or not it's
they had
too much energy into it, it adds up to the same thing. Yeah, if you don't take care of yourself when you're doing this type of stuff, you can hurt yourself.
Is Sherry? Yay!
There you
Communication problem there.
Welcome.
There we go, Sherry.
Hatch.
What was wrong, Sherry? What was wrong with the connection?
What it was is I had my speaker plugged in, so you couldn't hear me because I was talking through a speaker.
Oh, see, I've got my speakers on, but I just turned them down a wee bit.
I was just asking Danny about how spirits can make you feel terrible and how they can attack you.
So I hatch.
I mean, you would think, I mean, does any other good spirits try and help you, Danny?
Oh yeah, I mean,
your guides will help you, I would assume, Danny. Do they know?
Yeah, I mean, I'm usually all right because Astra, Shakar, all them, they're always with me anyway. But
right.
But yeah, I mean, all the good spirits, they don't want the bad ones around any more than anybody else does, right? So they kind of push them out of the room, or they'll keep them at bay. A lot of times,
Hi, Nicole.
But yeah, I mean, they can hurt you. I mean, that's why I always tell everybody, be friendly to spirits, because I mean, they don't necessarily gonna come after you right then and there,
Aye.
I mean, come at you anytime you want, so keep that in mind.
That's why you've always got to try and ask for protection and things before you do. Even Tara cares and things ask for protection. I just ask for my
any spirit can be dangerous just because of what they are, but obviously, the good spirits are normally there to protect you. Like Pup said, keep the negative spirits away. The negative spirits don't always attack you. It depends on if you overcross the line or you do something that they don't agree with, or something like that. It's not always just that they just physically attack you, because they don't. I work with both light and dark, so I know full well that you can work with both energies of the spirits, good and bad. So, and working with elementals and stuff like that, which are very powerful spirits, it can be done. It's just you've got to have that understanding and that respect of them.
I mean, I'll tell you, this happened 2 weeks ago to me, right? I was feeling terrible, and I mean, I felt like something was on me, right? I felt like something was like clung to me, right? Again, some of you will think this is mad in the chat, right? But see, Lunar Eclipse, Mary, she says to me she's going to send Astro to help me, right? See, that next morning I woke up and I felt great. And I still feel great. I've not been depressed or nothing. I've not been depressed. I feel great. I'm doing stuff.
You got a visit by Astro then?
I don't, and then ever since that, I've been having weird dreams. I've been like, I can smell flowers and stuff like that. I don't know if something's opened the door for me.
But he's powerful.
Yeah, if Astro helps you, it leaves a
mark.
Yes. She's
Astro leaves a big mark if he visits you, definitely.
Yeah, she's definitely opened your door up for your son.
Aye, because it's weird. I mean, the dreams I've been having lately are really beautiful.
Yeah, but even just being around spiritual people, being around people that are open to that helps you to open as well, because you're learning a lot of things and you're watching a lot of things. That's opening in you as well. It's not just, obviously Astro's done a big bit impact on you because he's visited you, he's helped you, and he's sorted out these problems that were going on. But you've got other people that you watch as well. You've got, like, you watch Pup's channel, you watch my channel, you've got people coming on your panel that have got abilities and got things that they're very connected to. That helps you to open because it's showing you another side.
Exactly.
So,
and then I seen that on your screen. That
was amazing.
Yeah, and I have a lot of spiritual energy around me, and Pups would tell you that I do, and my abilities are pretty awesome. I don't class myself as a medium, and I don't like to be called a medium because I'm not. I'm a spiritualist. I'm open to the spirit world and to the natural physical world, which is, Mother Earth, Mother Nature, and things like that.
Well,
I connect to all things.
She's my daughter. She's a spirit walker. Don't let her.
I'm a spirit walker as well. Yes, I connect with elements and connect with nature. Where a normal person, well, what they think that they're a normal person, we're all spiritual in one way or another, but to them, they're normal people. When they walk through a woods and stuff like that, they'll just hear the wind blowing and whatever. Where I walk in there and I can hear voices and I can see things that relate to them and know to look for the signs that shows that they're there and things like that, where others would be oblivious to that even going on.
I was watching your videos, Danny, and I noticed that your son is quite open. Would he come on to have a chat?
That would be good. I was going to ask.
I was watching some of your. I know he's pretty shy though. What I've gathered, he's a bit shy. But I was saying to Christopher that it'd be really interesting because I've noticed that he's opening his gifts up.
Oh, George Blaine.
Yeah, Blaine.
Oh, yeah, he's one powerful little dog. That one there.
Yeah, I was watching some of your videos and I noticed that he's opening himself up to it all, and he's right. He's got a gift.
Yeah, well, he's been doing a lot of serious work with paranormal for about 21 years now.
Right.
He's well advanced, and
once I watch maybe your videos, I'll probably get that.
His gifts are compatible. His gifts are compatible to his sister Sherry and
right.
The rest of them. Like he's compatible. I mean, but his thing is light. He has. Right. He can go into a room and it could be full of dark energy, shadow beings, anything like that. And he goes, light becometh. And he'll slam his hand down and it'll get so bright in there, anything dark just flees from him and just runs.
See, I watched the one where he was sitting down beside the water. And it was really interesting the way he did it. And he was spot on because when you were doing a spirit box, I think, on the raptor app back at the car.
Yeah, he hit on everything.
And it was quite apt to things he was doing and saying. It was really interesting. I liked that.
He's well tuned in with the spirit.
Cherry
definitely. Yes. And he was walking down the side of the water and he could hear everybody speak. All the different spirits that was stored. It must have been a battlefield or something, I assume. And you could hear them all having a chatter. Yeah. So I just thought it'd be really interesting to speak to him because of the way he was doing it. It was as if it was just so natural to him.
Yeah, well, I'll talk to him. He'll come on. I mean, he's got no
that'd be good. That'd be really good. And Drew's channel too. Come on, Drew's channel too.
I just always let Christy. I don't bother about putting you all on my channels. I get to speak to you, I don't bother.
I was just about to say, Sherry's guests are back again. I seen the wee twinkle in the corner.
Oh, are they? Your fairies are back.
Yeah, you get a lot. You get a lot of energy around me. I very much am open to the spirit realm and to the nature realm as well. I have fairies around me all the time, which is who you see in that video the other time, which is Jella, which is one of my main ones that I work with, and she doesn't normally show herself on things, but she obviously felt very comfortable that day. So
that's what I was surprised about. If they don't want to be seen, they'll not be seen. And I was like, that thing wants to impress
She's
everybody.
very, very like shy. She doesn't normally, but she did that day, which was really
It was fun.
amazing.
It
Of course,
was
a
interesting.
fairy's,
I watched it back.
Hey,
a fairy's
Mr.
immortal,
Cat,
aye.
Mr. Cat says you got a lovely outfit on, Sherry.
Oh, thank you. It's pagan.
Very nice.
What a
Yes, very
surprise!
Pagan.
What a
Oh,
surprise!
my God,
You know, I'm probably one of the luckiest dads on the planet because I can say, you know what, my daughter's a witch, and it's a compliment.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah. Yeah.
That is,
He is
Everybody-
the only person. If somebody else come into my room and goes, "Oh, you witch," I'd be like, "Who do you think you're talking to?" But because it's my pups, I'm okay. My pups gets away with everything, and I know what he means when he's saying it because I am a witch and I'm proud of it. So
He'd say, when
You
Mother
know.
went his work's night out, he was telling all his work pals last year that his girlfriend was picking him up and she was a witch and like, that's terrible calling your girlfriend a witch. She's like, no, she really is a witch, honestly, wait till you meet her.
yeah, but sometimes the way people phrase it is not the right way. Like my guys in the room, they'll say, "Oh, Sherry is a witch. She's spiritual and stuff like that." They say it right. They know how to come across. But when you get these new ones that come in and go, "She's a witch," and I'm like, "Who do you think you're talking to?" So you know. But when my pups does it all the time, he always implies, he goes, "Hello, witch," and I'm like, "Hi, pups," because
it's really
I am.
I say, hello, witches and bitches.
that's it's the world we live in today, and I mean, you think about what 300 years ago. Can you imagine what would have happened?
Oh, you would never even want to say that word.
Never
Never.
mind that. When I started, it was still really bad. I mean, I'm coming up to 52 years now working with this.
Nah.
You know, so let me tell you, it was sure a lot different when I first started than it is now.
Right, it was.
Oh, yeah,
We
definitely.
are living in a wonderful time where paranormal and all this stuff has become a household name because
Yes.
of TV, because of
Yeah.
all these other people that I think are crap. But at least they
It's
brought
a lot more accepted.
they
It's a
brought
lot
the
more
paranormal
accepted.
into
It's
the world,
everywhere now. It's
right?
everywhere. Haunting this, haunting that.
So I got to take my hat off to them all because if it wasn't for them, you know, the paranormal would be still the way it was.
I mean,
And
I've changed.
nowadays, you know, 50% of the population believe in the paranormal.
Mm-hmm.
You know, when I was first starting, you even mentioned the word ghost. They locked you up for 72 hours.
Yeah, they thought that something's wrong with you.
Really?
Yeah.
It wasn't accepted back when Pups was around. It was kind of done secretly or behind closed doors.
I was locked up 42 times.
Really?
Yeah, for 72 hours observation because I
Yeah.
said paranormal or I had to do something, and it wasn't
That's
like
crazy.
it wasn't like I couldn't do
That
it
is
later. It was something that happened that had to be done, and yeah. So, but the people that I helped would come in to see me and tell the doctors, look, he helped me. This person helped me, you know, and the doctor, no. So finally, the same doctor, it was always the same turkey butt, always put me through the gills, eh? Finally, I'm sitting on the bed, but this one time I was there, and his mother shows up, right? And she comes in and she says, "How are you?" And I looked up and I said, "How are you?" And she says, "Not too bad." I said, "Oh." I says, "Okay." She says, "Having trouble with my son?" And I said, "Who's your son?" And she said, "Dr. Blankety Blank," right? And I said, "Oh, okay." I says, "That's cool, yeah." She says, "Well," she says, "your next meeting with him is when?" In a couple minutes. I said, "Yeah." She says, "Well, I'm coming with you." I said, "Okay." So we go into the office, right? And he says, "So what have you got to say today for yourself?" I says, "Nothing, but your ma has to talk." And he says, "Don't you talk about my mom? She passed away 6 weeks or 6 months ago. I can't remember which it was." And his mom says, "Tell him I said stop being a dick." All right. So I looked at her. I says, "Really?" She goes, "Yeah." So I looked at him. I says, "Your mom says stop being a dick." And his eyes got big, eh? He's looking at me. and
I missed it.
and tell him not to forget to get some damn dog food for that dog. He's forgotten for 2 days already.
Oh,
And
wow.
I said, okay. Your mom says don't forget some damn dog food for that damn dog because you forgot for 2 damn days already. And his jaw drops. He goes, well, how are you doing that? What are you doing? This is some kind of chicanery. Okay. Well, his mother turns around and says, you tell him chicanery is sexy, not to mention his name in that tone of voice again.
Oh my.
Good one.
So I told him that. He says, okay, that's it. Because I guess Sean Connery was one of her favorite actors.
Favorite, and he would have knew that.
And he knew that, right?
Mm-hmm.
So he says, come on, he says. And he walks up to the desk and he signs. He says, okay. And I was only there for like, I don't know, a few hours anyway. And he signed me and he says, don't ever come back here. He says, you never come back.
God's
And he
sake.
signed this piece of paper. And I said, well, thank you very much. And I looked at her and he says, thanks, Mom. Hey. And he turns around and looks at me and he says, that's my mom. And I said, maybe you should go in for observation if you believe that I was talking to your mother.
Wow.
Right? And he looks at me and I says, just messing with you. No, that was her. And so he buggers off down the hall. And the nurse that's sitting there, she looks at me, shakes her head. She says, good job. Good job. Have a nice day. I said, you're welcome. She let me out. So
She probably sees him treat a lot of people like that, doesn't she? That was interesting.
But that's the thing, though. Back in them days, they were so closed, and they always thought that people that had abilities and that had something wrong with them when they didn't.
I
It's
know.
just who they are. They're just open, you know. And we are lucky these days because we are more accepted. We still get crap, we still get called names, but it's more accepted now.
yeah, but or back then too, it was you were a demonist or
Yeah.
I know.
Yeah.
I get them all the time.
And you still get called that even now. I have people come in my room saying you worship the devil because you see things and you do things. I'm no, I worship God and I worship Mother Nature. Get it right, you know.
So much the opposite.
I get it all the time.
Completely the opposite.
When I upload this video after they do it, I'll get my messages again. I'll get my, oh, you're a Satan worshipper, you're going to hell, the imps will be chasing you about with the forks and stuff like that. I just think it's stupid. I'm so enlightened. I'm more enlightened, you know, since I started doing this stuff, by the way.
I think there's got to be a lot of angry people when they pass away.
Oh, I know.
You know,
I would love to see some faces.
You know, it's like I always say, feel free to believe what you wish to believe, you know.
Exactly.
But I should be able to be free to believe what I believe without being judged.
Of course.
I'm not judging you,
Exactly.
you know, if I'm not judging you, why are you judging me? You know.
I know. And it would be the fun people to help people.
And that's how we are in our community. We accept any race, any religion, anything like that. We accept anybody, but we don't accept trouble and drama and disrespect. We don't have that.
No.
It's not something.
No. Caring for each other and helping each other.
Yes.
We were a big family, and we are a good family to know if. But you've got to stay on the right side because we don't. I will say we don't take no trouble on that side because we take what we do very seriously. Like we like to have a laugh, we like to have fun, but when it comes to the spirits, you should know when to cut off and when to be respectful. You know what I mean? And if you're not, then you know you're not welcome. You're warned so many times, and if you keep crossing it, you're gone.
I've got a 2-stripe
how it
policy.
is.
I've got a 2-stripe policy in my lobby there. If they do it, they get blocked for a couple of minutes. If they do it again, that's it. There's no welcome back.
Literally with me, they'll come in. If it's trolls, they're out straight away, gone, blocked. But if it's a normal person, I give them one chance. If they come in again and do it for the second time, they're gone. I don't give them 3 times because I don't want it in my room.
I just judge everyone as it comes. If I think it's one last week, we had one. It was what was it? Money grabbers. I can't even remember. It was so stupid. And I was like, no. Then another comment popped up, and I was like, no, block straight away. No having that. Can't remember what it was.
You get a lot of hate on it. When you're something and you're doing well, people do thrive on trying to make your life how you just have to learn to go past it. I've gone through my moments where I've gone off my head and done silly reactions and acted in the wrong way, but I've learned, and that was thanks to Pups, because Pups helped me through a lot of that, because I was going through a lot of stuff at the time. But you know, in doing that, it's made it a lot better for my channel. My channel's thriving at the moment. It's doing really well.
As I know.
So
that is
it's
good.
back to how it was before. You know what I mean?
I bet you've got a good channel.
Yeah, I've always been true to who I am, and that's like when I first met them. Like my pups had been watching me a long time before I even knew that he was on the list, and I met him. I think I met him through Short Fry or something, and I don't know. There was just this connection with me and him, and it wasn't just a connection where I've just met someone and I like them. There was this instant connection. I could relate to what he was saying. Some things about him seemed familiar. Now I don't have a dad figure in this life. My dad figure is Pups up here, and he said that he got the same feeling from me, that like I was a child of his in a past life, and not me the same with him. So he's come back in this life as my father as well, because I don't have a father figure. So my father's come from another life into this life, you know what I mean, just in somebody else,
Right.
which is my pups. So and we do have those connections, and
you
Somebody there for me.
the funny thing is, her strongest protector is actually Astral's kin. Astral's like daughter or granddaughter or whatever. Alora is Astral's
daughter.
Right.
Heritage.
Yeah.
Oh, that's interesting then, isn't it? Mm-hmm.
So it's just really strange that Astral went and found Alora. I went and found Sherry at the same time. Like we're both.
Yeah, like Astro said, come back to Aura, and Pups come back to me. It's kind of all happened at the same time. It was bizarre, but really special at the same time.
One big special.
Really special.
Mm-hmm. Interesting.
It makes you wonder how many times you've been back. I mean, Luna said to me, I've been back before, just once.
Well,
This is my second time round.
Because I've went to many
houses. I've had I've been told by the mediums and that I've seen that I've had many lives. I've seen many things, and a lot of people explain me as like a wise person in a young body. So somebody that knows a lot but is in a younger version. That's how I go. I know I've had a lot of past lives. I'm linked to native, and I'm medieval, even Anglo-Saxon, Victorian time. I've been in quite a few lives. Yeah.
I'm so darn busy in this. I've been so darn busy in this one. I ain't got time to look back at any other one.
Me too, Danny.
Like it's just.
Oh
yeah, no, definitely busy in this life, but there is always elements of my past lives in my life all the time. Just the things I love and I like doing, and the people I link to, and things like that.
For all I know, I might have been back 100,000 times. I don't know.
Yeah, you've definitely not been here one time, Pups. You've been here many times because you've got so much wisdom.
It's just
I think that's how it works. I think the more times you've been back, the more wise you are.
I think
I think that's how it works.
And like you'll come into this life unoblivious to anything, but when you grow to an age where you can talk, you seem to understand and know things, and you've never been in that way before in this life. So that you've got your links to your past life when that happens. Because like me with my paranormal and stuff, this was all natural. It wasn't taught to me or anything. This was naturally taught by myself and the spirits and things like that. But I have a lot of knowledge, and that knowledge comes from past lives. So, like, I know I've been a witch in past lives. I know I have been.
You just know instinctively.
Do you think when you cross, like say you go back to the spirit world, right, you'll remember how many times you've been?
Oh, aye, definitely.
Yeah, for sure.
In the spirit world, you remember everything, and everything when you're up there. But obviously, when you're brought back here, that you're made to forget those things up in heaven. Because obviously, if a lot of people remembered what heaven was like, everybody would not want to be here, would they? They'd be trying to do whatever they can to get up there because it's a better place, So certain things in our life we're cut off from. We're not meant to know, but other things we have little links. not full link, but we have little links that you know
Yes.
keep us connected.
Or as you know, there's plenty of Celtic that believe every time someone's born, like myself and you guys or whoever,
Yeah,
a very strong belief that you're born with your soul, and then another soul attaches to you as your guide as you're going through life.
Right.
yeah,
All right.
yeah.
Now,
I think
whatever that guide's gone through is now a part of you, right? So that's how you come back, because your guide comes back to you. So
Right.
it's not you that remembers anything because you haven't been there, but your guide has been many times.
Yes.
that would make
Yeah,
sense.
your guide, like that's what I believe. I believe that your guides are your past souls, your past lives, and they're just here to learn you in this life and give you information and things like that. Obviously, yes, we've got spirit guides and other from other people as well. We've got other spirit guides and other helpers as well. But your soul guide, the one that works with you, looks after you, that I do believe that is. It's all of our past souls. So each time we get a new guide in a new life, that's the other guide is the one from your past life. So they're just with you through your journey and things like that. You know, that they're in your life every time. They look different.
Eli just came.
Yeah, Eli.
Everybody be careful. See that boy ain't right. That boy ain't right. That boy ain't right. You know, just come. Hey Eli, how you doing, lad?
Hey Eli.
Yeah.
Hello, Hatch, Dobby Socks, Mary Nell, Nicole,
We've got a few in.
and everybody else.
16.
Yep.
Quite a few in tonight, you know.
Yes.
Welcome.
They like this sort of thing, though. People like to sit and listen and talk and ask questions, and it's good to do.
I've changed it. See now, I look at death totally differently.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
you know now, Chris, before you know.
Yeah, I mean, I just don't
You've seen it and heard
care
it
about
yourself.
it anymore. You know, I care about. I mean, you know, it's weird. It is weird. Knew that I talked to my house guest, as everybody knows. That
Robert. Call him his name, Robert.
I don't know if he's here. I can't see, but I can sense sometimes. I feel like it gets awfully cold,
right,
and then it just goes away.
It's definitely
Is that him?
Must be, because that's what they draw the energy out the room.
Hey, Robert, come on in. How you doing, buddy?
He's always around you. He's part of the family now.
But see, that's the thing. I tell my mother and father about it, right?
Right.
I knew they're a wee bit spooked. I knew they're worried that he's going to de-angst him, but I tried to tell them that he's a nice person. He's ready crossed. He's came back. He's no bad. He doesn't hurt anybody. He just likes to wander.
He just likes to wander about. Hi, Beth, honeybee.
Yeah, and they're like. There's certain things that change in your there's certain things in your life as well that you don't like. Like for me, I know that I've been in the witch's trial as a witch, and I have fear of water. Even though I love water and I like being near it and I can stand in shallow water, I can't swim and I don't want to learn to swim, and I don't like open water and where I can't feel my feet because I feel that I've had that connection where I was drowned, and like I said, I do love water when it's like the bath or it's a shallow pool, but when it's something where I can't feel my feet, I freak. And I have had this continuous dream all of my life where I'm underwater as someone, and these hands are coming in, holding me under the water, and you can hear people screaming and shouting and laughing and things like that.
Right. That's interesting. That's probably does mean that then, Sharon.
I've got a terrible fear of water.
Hey, honeybee.
I don't like water. I hate water.
Hey, honeybee.
Hey, honeybee.
Hello, Beth.
Hey, Beth.
Right.
I've got a few. Who's 17? My goodness, hit the thumbs up,
I meant
guys.
to put up Facebook that I was coming to Chris's channel.
The thing is when you get people on your channel and on your panels that they like, they will come in more. Like, obviously, a lot of people know Pups and a lot of people know me and they know you. A lot of people are getting to know you. You'll get more regulars as well coming in now because they're getting to know you and you're part of the community. They will start supporting you. That's what our community's like.
Yes.
They'll start coming in and
spending our evenings together, guys, isn't it? Chatting
it
away.
is nice.
It's nice.
Hello, Eli.
I just think it's great talking to you two. I
It
mean,
is very scary, and I will wake up having like hyperventilating when I have those dreams. When I have the dream where I'm being drowned, I hyperventilate, and at that time as well, when I come away from that dream and I wake up, I can still feel like it's happened and it's still there, and I just feel a really, really deep connection to my witch ancestors when those sort of things happen.
I had a strange dream last night. It was really weird. I was walking down the street and the ground opened up and I fell, right? And I was going down and I was like, okay, where are we going? Sort of a deal. And then I landed on another street under the earth, right? So I'm like, okay, this is weird. So I started walking and all of a sudden behind me there's there's like 6 or 7 shadows that I can see in front of me because they're behind me, right? So I turn around and I look and there's these 6 demons standing there and I go, really? Really? And they just looked at me and they took off and then I was back in my room.
God, darling.
Oh, yeah, you have some random things happen, especially when you're like energies come into contact with you and it's been made aware of you that weird things can happen. Like you could be stood in your front room, or like Pup says, sitting there 1 minute and the next minute you're somewhere else.
Right.
And you're like, and you can see it happening in front of you, and you're like, okay, like when I first started doing that, I used to be really scared of it because I was only young and that, but as time's gone on, I've got more used to it now. But sometimes it does still bit like, what are they trying to show you? What they're trying to do, and you know, it is random sometimes. They do some weird things.
Desperate. That seems just desperately want you to listen to them when they do that. It's a desperate stage.
Even the premonitions and stuff that I've done and stuff where I've been washing up and something's just come over me and it's like, and it happened with an ex. I had an ex sitting on the on the sofa and that, and I'm sitting there and I'm washing up and I'm doing my thing and I'm like, something's just happened, and they're like, what? It's like, what are you on about? I said, there's been an accident. There's been something near. There's been an accident. There's a white car. There's a motorbike. There's this. There's that. And he's like, okay. And he goes, are you all right? And I'm like, yes, I'm being serious. Something's happened. And then this helicopter landed in the field just behind us, a rescue helicopter. So my ex-partner went down the road to see what was going on. And there'd been, in fact, a motorbike and car accident. And there was a black ambulance there because they weren't sure if one of them had passed away. And at that time I'd gone into that guy's consciousness because he was between this world and the spirit world because of how badly injured he was. Luckily he survived it and that, yeah, but at that moment I see the accident. I actually see the motorbike hit the pole and the car,
that's because
the bike go on the car and that. It's weird.
Must have been close to you then.
Yeah, it was just over the back. Just over the back.
Energy.
I was just washing up. Blinds are down, so I wouldn't have been able to see, and you wouldn't be able to see anything anyway because it's all fencing up. Just washing up, and that just come over.
Yeah, that's like when I was at the homestead. You know, when we were staying on our homestead, which was 330 miles in the middle of nowhere in the bush. Okay, good. In order to get there, you have to go. You drive 130 miles. To get there, and then you got to drive another 30 miles in the bush, and then you got to get in a boat, and you got to cross 2 lakes, and then a small canal, and then one more lake, and then you get home. Okay, we just called it home. That's all it was. But anyway, we're at home, and I just was gonna go to sleep, and I jump up, and I'm standing there, and I'm just looking, and Mom goes, what's the matter? And I says, Granddad. And she says, what? I says, Granddad just fell out of bed. He broke a rib. He's on the floor and he's in trouble. And Nana, holy Nana can get him up off the floor. You know, because my granddad was a war vet. He lost one leg. So, I mean, he had no. I says, we gotta go home. We gotta help Granddad. And she says, no, you're just having one of those things. She says, you're gonna be fine. You're gonna be fine. And I said, no, I'm telling you, it's happening right now. And she says, no, you're fine. I said, okay, but we should get back to the house. And then about 2 hours, not even 2 hours later, I said, oh, we're good, never mind. And she says, what? I said, Brucey's there. He's been there for a while. He's helped Granddad back up. Nana's okay, Granddad's okay. Brucey's staying at the house tonight, right? So she said, all right. So the next morning, she decided, I'm going to go into Jellicoe on the phone and see if what's going on. Eh? So she took the long, well, we all actually went, but anyway, which was about 140, well, not far from the highway when you come out on the highway, right? Only what? Well, never mind. Anyway, it was about 10 minutes once you got to the highway to the nearest little town where you could use a phone. So we got there and she phoned, and exactly at 9:06, Granddad fell out of bed and broke a rib. Dana called Brucey at 9:20. Brucey was there at 9:30, helped Granddad back into bed, and it was exactly what I said happened, right? Mm-hmm. And keep it in mind now, this was years ago, right? This wasn't like just something that just happened. I was maybe 8 or 9. And Ma wasn't sure if it was just one of those dreams I was having or if it was one of my visions I was having. Mm-hmm. Anyway, so it was exactly the way I said it was, right? Mm-hmm. And she goes, well, I'm never going to doubt it again when you say this is not that. And she never did after that. Either.
There you go.
Yeah.
It shows you.
It's just a pity.
It is very good to have abilities. It's very good to be able to use them like that. It is good.
It's also hard when you get it before something's happened, though, and then it happens and you have a bit of guilt, like it could have stopped.
Oh, yeah, that. Definitely. Yeah, definitely. But, you can't stop what's meant to happen. You can't stop it. If it happens, it happens as how it's meant to be. Like, sadly, sometimes it don't end well, but that was how their end was marked, I guess. And
you think
nobody's the same
without knowing that you knew. Do you know what I mean? It must be a hard thing to deal with, especially if it is a loved one that you get the premonition of.
Yeah. I can't. Like the only premonition and the only thing I remember ever seeing to do with my family wise was my uncle when he committed suicide. I see something like that happening, and it did happen. Mm-hmm. That wasn't nice, but 9 times out of 10 it's other people's premonitions. When it comes to being things to do with your loved ones and that, yeah, to an extent you can know things about them, but they don't let you know everything. Right. If it's other people, it's different.
Exactly.
And you wouldn't know
it was going to be a premonition in it unless
my auntie passed away. I see spirits perfectly and everything, like some of them, and my auntie passed away years and years and years ago, and it was only 3-4 years ago that I actually started seeing her, and it had been 20 odd years.
Right.
So if they don't want you to know that they're there, and they don't want to, because a lot of them, I think the reason they do it is because they don't, the love and the bond and the connection that you add, they don't want to overcome you with that. Right. So they choose to stay away. Like, yeah, they're around you, but she chose not to let me know that she was around me because of our connection. And right. I guess she needed me to be in that place where I understood myself and who I am more, and because I have, that's when she started showing, because I'm in a stronger place. So
that makes sense, doesn't it?
Yeah.
I always think as well, just think, like, when your gran and things like that die, they've not seen their parents for 50 years, maybe 60 years. So it's obvious they're not going to come back straight away. They're going to go spend time with their ancestors, and do you know what I mean? Even though time's unlimited to spirit. If you know what I mean, they're not going to.
Oh yeah, no, they're always around you. They're always around you, but they'll make time for the ones up there as well. Obviously, a lot of that, like the ones that are in the light and with God and with Mother Earth and that, then they are around their loved ones all the time. But obviously, they do visit back here because they've got loved ones here on this this realm as well. So
He's
It
it's a
makes sense
connection.
to spend time up there as well, especially
He's an
when he's at this point.
Here's an interesting question. What happens if you've got like a family member that's not close, right? They don't ken they're dead, right? But then say your grandmother dies, right? Like say her mother died, right? In a mad, horrific accident. She doesn't ken she's dead, right? She's like a lost soul, right?
Okay.
Does that spirit try and go and help the other spirit to cross?
Oh
I
yeah.
would assume so, aye.
Yeah, they can. Yeah, they can help other spirits across, but you'll also find with them sort of energies as well. If there is a specific way that they've passed away and they've not realised, then they may replay that
Over
death
and over again.
each year, and they'll go through just light, and then on the other days they just go around being basic spirit and helping other spirits, and you know they're just a spirit that's not crossed in the light yet. They need that help. That's what they need.
No.
Yep.
Two, I got a a lot of times with premonitions and seeing things and all that. Being a spirit walker, sometimes I don't know what I'm doing. The elementals are doing it.
Right.
Yeah.
One time when I was coming home, again, this is just an example I remember. I was coming home from high school, and the wind was blowing so hard down the street that the garbage cans were going flying past me, going down the hill.
God.
However, the wind was on my back, pushing me up the hill. Right? So there's no way I could walk, and with that much wind, it should be hard for me to go forward. Okay, just common sense. If the wind's blowing garbage cans over, and you're walking into it, you shouldn't be able to just take a happy stroll. Well, as I'm going up the street, the wind is pushing me so hard in the back, I could not walk. I was running full tilt for 3 blocks straight up the road. And then it was like the wind changed direction. Okay, so it was obviously a wind elemental. And it felt like the ground shifted, just for like a split second. All of a sudden, I was still running full tilt, but I was going west instead of north. Right? It was just like bam. And the wind was at my back, and I ran right to the back door of a corner store. My hand reached out, I grabbed the door handle, swung the door handle in. With my other hand, I reached out and I grabbed the leg of a wooden desk, not knowing what I was doing at this time. Like I could see and I knew what I was doing as I was doing it, but not having any clue why I was doing it or how come I started running and everything in the first place. Anyway, it was one of those old antique wooden desks where it had the 3 doors on the side, the 2 small ones, and then the big one on the bottom. And then the chair you push in, right? And then the other side just had there was no desk or no drawers, just the fancy legs, right? Anyway, I grabbed the leg and I pulled back on it. Well, just that second as I did, that desk, the lady of the store, the owner of the store, the older lady, was trying to move the desk downstairs by herself. She slipped on a pair of shoes, and the stairs went down in a U shape. She slipped on a pair of shoes, and her back went against the wall, and the desk was about an inch from her face when I grabbed the leg of it and pulled it back.
There you go.
Good.
Right? And she looked at me and she goes, "Danny, thank the angels. I don't know how you got here, but you just saved my life. That desk just about crushed my head."
There you go.
And I smiled. I said, "Don't thank me. Thank the elementals. I don't know why they brought me here, but now I do, and I'm glad I'm here."
Right.
So I got I'm thinking I'm a high school student, right? I got 3 subs, a bag of chips, and a pop for a year, which was really nice.
Good stuff.
There you go.
Just
There's
shows
somebody in the-
that you don't always know what they're pulling you for.
No, you
Scottish
don't.
Hooker.
You don't always know. See, like when I channel them, you're not aware of what they're doing at that time. It's them
Like,
communicating with you and using your voice and using your way. So that's why I always do that sort of stuff live, because then I can watch back and I can normally tell which spirit it is and which one, you know, what they're wanting and things like that. But at the time that, like, I'll only remember little things that I might see through my third eye. But when it comes to the communication and them talking and communicating, I don't remember any of that. That's why I do my videos. Because you're not, they take you over when they do that. They take you over. So your body becomes theirs for that moment, and they're communicating.
Children, see some children that the spirits try and do that. You can see how that would be really scary as a kid.
Yeah, I've done. I've channeled aura. I've channeled spirits of children. I've channeled spirits of adults.
I'm just saying. I bet the children ones don't want to leave. I bet they just want to stay.
I have a very big connection with children's spirits for many reasons. Like, I have a very big connection with children in this life as well. They are very drawn to me, and that's very much the nature side of things, and to do with the fairy elements and stuff like that. Because I have some connection, and in the fairy realm, and that I put some stuff in one of the chats today, like that they're very much guardians of like nature and stuff, but children see them and connect with them as well. So children are very connected to me as I am to them. And it's the same in the spirit realm as well. Like, when children come to me, if they've been through a situation that's not very nice, 9 times out of 10 they don't want to leave. They want to stay with me. People call me the spirit child adoptive mummy, because I have so many kids around me. It's unbelievable. And I've tried to send them over and they don't want to. Some of them have gone over but have come back. You know, I've got little girl spirits that are connected to my dolls. My dolls are haunted as well. So
and Gina's got you've got one, haven't you, in your house? You've got a ghost there, child in your house.
The wee girl spirit keeps turning up every time I turn the spirit box. Necrophonic up on. I don't hear her when it's a PSP7, but it's only Necrophonic up I hear her on. And she doesn't tell me her name, but I've got a funny feeling her name's Sarah. She said Sarah a few times. And Jennifer turns up quite a lot. See, that Mary's Jennifer and Boomer's Jennifer. She's come through my lives.
Oh yeah, I mean, why not? See, what you gotta remember is the spirit realm is all connected, and so are we. You know, like this is what I use for trying to make people understand how this works. Okay, when I had my circle, when I had my net, I'm the old guard. I mean, I'm the only one left out of my old crew. Okay, but as you work in the paranormal and everything else, you get to be really good friends and family. You have this net of people.
Yes.
You know? Okay. Yeah. So I had my net of people, and it's like if a fly lands on the net, everybody knows it, right?
Right.
Everybody goes, "Oh, we got someone here," right? Sort of a deal. Well, and this just like us here now, we have our net where I know you, you know me, we know Sherry, Sherry knows it. Well, the spirits know that everybody knows each other. They can see the net. So if I have spirits here, right, and they know you're doing a spirit box for Drew, they're gonna go, "Oh wait, hey, Drew is a friends with White. Why don't we go over there and we can talk there, because communicate just like you do stuff, right?" So they know that you're part of this net.
Network of people.
Right?
And they do that.
And they will do it. That's why you'll hear my name on your box or Sherry's box or something, or Sherry's box.
Jennifer comes up quite a lot.
My spirit box is always saying White Wolf or Pups, because I call him Pups. Danny, they call him Danny. Some of them call him Danny, but then go White Wolf. Even some of the guys in my room, they'll say their names because they've got so used to the community, and a lot of the people that come in my room go in Pup's room, will start coming in your rooms now, and they go in other people's rooms, and you'll find that certain groups and certain teams that we go and we support and we go around and we do things with, or we talk with, these spirits are very much aware of that. So then they will communicate with these people as well, because they're within our circle, like Pup said, the net. And you know, that's how spirits can go from one place to another, you know, because they're given that connection because of what we do.
Yeah,
so
it's all based on trust.
That's what Pups is the same. Like I am like my Pups. Like, trust and respect goes a long way in the spirit realm. If you've not got that, then you've got no hope in hell. Okay, because you know, with them, if you've not got that understanding and that respect of them, their homes, their places, and everything that they are, then there's no point in you doing this as a hobby, because you're going into a realm and into a place that you don't know fully. So why would you want to overstep that? You know, you only know so much. Even as people with abilities, we're only shown what they want us to see. So, and we learn from that. And if you've not got the, you know, respect and, you know, loyalty and understanding and compassion goes a long way in investigating, along with the protection, you know.
They're all shouting bread. There's a spirit.
You're not just going to walk into a place and the spirit's just going to automatically start talking to you. You need to build that relationship with them. You need to show them that they can trust you. You need to be able to trust them, and they need to be able to trust you. That is what this is about. It's about a relationship being built. It's not a game or just something physical. It's a relationship.
Yeah.
Okay.
Mary, I'll answer that for you, Mary. That's absolutely right.
Definitely. Her wee brother, the night he died, came into my room.
Yeah, that's absolutely why. Because because they know that you're friends. They know that you trust her, trust these people. So they will definitely go to the people that you watch. They'll definitely go to the people that you trust.
Oh yeah, definitely. If you've got a circle that you're around and you protect, they will protect you. They will protect the people that you're around as well. That is what they're like. That's why when like me and Pups, if we do our investigations, we'll do the prayers for ourselves and make sure that we're safe, but we do it for our rooms. Why do you think that is? Because they will protect all of us, because we're all their family. We're not just people that communicate with them. We are their family. We are people that have relationships with them and understand them and respect them. And you're not just going to go into a place and get them just come and talk to you and start trusting you straight away. You might get the odd word, but the more you go, the more you build a trust with them, the more you help them to understand you as you understand them, the better it comes.
That's what we're trying to do with
you know what I mean?
We're trying to get the name.
I'm very open. When new spirits are here, I'll invite them for food, drink. When I'm having treats, I'll invite them to them. I sit there and talk to them the way I'm talking to you, because I don't look at them as spirits. They're people. That is what they are. And that's how I treat them. And that's why I get so much activity. That's why I have so much happen around me, because they're comfortable around me. They know they're safe around me, as I am safe around them.
Astro just put a sign on my roof, I think. Probably painted it with some bad spirit blood or whatever. But anyway, it says, it says, welcome home, good spirits, help yourself. You know, it's just a great big sign.
Yeah.
You know,
come on.
Good spirits can't harm you.
I'll be walking to the kitchen and the tap will come on.
It's just if there's a lot, Chris, it drains all your energy. That's
you know, like the cupboard doors will swing open and stuff like that. You know, and they just help
You'll get one that'll cook your dinner.
We wish one would do my dishes.
I just wish when they're making stuff for themselves, they'd make me some food, you know.
Definitely.
But I don't think I can get filled up on spirit food, you know, like.
Eli, you've always got hope. Anyone can connect with them if you put your heart into it. It's not about you being perfect and being really good at it. It's about you having that respect and that understanding.
Yeah, it's just about,
you know.
It takes a while for spirit to connect to you. It does. You need to just stay focused.
It's the same with your equipment. You could buy a bit of equipment. I've noticed this a lot with people. They'll stop using certain equipment, because they don't think it works. And I'm like, no. And they're like, what? I said, they're not used to that. You've got to learn them, use it regularly with them, help them to learn how to use it. Once you start getting them familiar with that, and you show them that it's safe to use, they'll start using it, and they do. And it can take months, it can take years in some cases with some things, you know. You can't just put an object or a piece of equipment in front of them and expect them to know what to do with it. You've got to learn them.
Yeah, keep in mind,
you know what I mean?
a lot of spirits,
especially the older ones, the ones that are way back when none of this was about, they wouldn't know what that is. Yeah, the newer ones maybe so, but not the older spirits.
Like a spirit called a spirit that died in the 60s even. Okay? Now all of a sudden you slap the cell phone and say, you could speak to me.
Exactly, I can't be scared.
They'd be like, well, what the hell's that?
They'll look at you and go, then what kind of sorcery is this? Right?
Yeah, they think it's dangerous, or they think it might hurt them. Or you get it a lot on your spirit boxes where they're like, no, I don't want to touch that, it hurts. And I'm like, no, it won't hurt you. It's safe. Because they're not sure of it.
You know, screamed when the light came. You could hear her screaming. She's like, light, and then screamed. Like, don't be scared, it's just the light. That was amazing.
Yes, Beth, they can. And that is true very much, sweetheart, and that is what you got to do when you do have a spiritual opening, and when you do communicate with spirits and you build that trust. You don't break that trust with them, because yes, they can change against you and not trust you, and they're not shy of letting you know if you've stood wrong. You know, it's no different to our friendship with us. If we'd done something to each other, we'd back off and we wouldn't want to know anymore, would we? That it's no different for them.
Exactly, get up.
You know.
Exactly. See, I've started talking to the one in my house, right? I talk to him all the time now, right? And I'm like, I was sitting last night. I put on my Sky TV and I was looking at all the movies. And I was like, what we're going to watch tonight? Are we?
We're watching the Night Robber.
But Tim, I don't like
horror or a crime.
It was actually sci-fi.
But
But
that's
anyway,
good though, Chris. That's what you want.
Here's the thing, right? This is what I don't like. See people go into like a haunted location and start cursing them out.
See, that's not needed. That isn't needed.
I mean, they might just be happily roaming about that house, no minding their business, doing their own thing, and then somebody comes in and starts saying, "Oh, you're this, you're that."
No, turn the lights on.
You
Do this, do that for me. It's not right.
Yeah, exactly. It's a bit too much for them. You know what I mean? They're like, well, hang on a minute, what's going on here? Like, we've been walking around here peacefully and happily, and now somebody's here asking us to do this and do that. They're not a circus act. You know, if you want them to do things with you, just like, you got to be respectful with them. Talk to them like they're human beings. Just like, I'm here because, you know, I find you fascinating. I like what you do. I like what you are. And I just want to be able to show people that you are still here and you still exist. I always give them reasons to why I do it. Yeah. And it's never to make them feel belittled. It's to show them that I've got love and respect and I've not forgot them, and neither have other people. This is your chance to show that you're still here. And the 9 times out of 10, they will. One way or another.
It's like walking into somebody's house and telling them to call them all the names under the sun.
Start saying, turn the lights on, throw something at me, do this,
you think for a lot of them it's really hard to like to grasp and understand why somebody's suddenly talking to them. A lot of them walk around oblivious every day of their life because people don't see them. You know, they'll walk around, they want to talk, they want to communicate, they want to be acknowledged, but a lot of people don't see them. So when there is someone that comes in that can do that, they're kind of like, whoa, what the hell's going on here? You can see me. I've had it on the spirit box. You can see me. And I'm like, yes, darling. And they're like, and I'm like, it's okay. Calm down. It's fine. But what, you can hear me too? Yes. And they're like, they're amazed.
Surprise.
You know what I mean? But they do. It's like when they transform into their spirit form. I've had it once where there was this young female. She came to me. She was all messed up, upset. She didn't know what had happened. And I'd explained. And I forgot she doesn't know about going through doors and walls yet, yeah? So I shut the door. When she went through, she was like, holy crap, what the hell's just happened? I've just gone through a wall. And I'm like, it's okay. It's okay. It's your new body. It's your new body.
Oh, no.
These things. Oh, my God, that felt weird. I tingled. I was like, yes, you'll get used to it. They do. They are as much in shock as what we are. They're still learning about their bodies. You know what I mean?
That's amazing.
They do. It isn't that you don't just die and you know your spiritual body straight away. You've got to learn how to use it and what it does. And it's no different to us when we're growing up and we're learning. That's what they're doing in the spirit form.
It must be brilliant being able to fly.
I stood there. I was like, oh my God, I'm so sorry. And I started laughing. And she's like, what are you laughing at? I said, I should have explained it to you. And after, she was laughing as well. She goes, so that's normal. I'm meant to go through doors and walls then. And I'm like, yes, darling,
Your
you
spirit
can.
soaring.
And she's like, okay. You know, but you know, Pups probably got loads of funny stories for you when it comes to spirits and what they're like when they pass over and things like that. It is right, isn't it, Pups? They're not aware of their bodies properly when they pass over. You know, they do react in weird ways.
Yeah,
you know,
I had this one spirit at the hospital when I was working at the hospital as security. And,
yeah.
This guy passed away in the hospital, and I'm walking down the hall and I hear him screaming, "Help me, help me, help me." And I'm like, okay, what the hell is that all about, right? And I wasn't sure if it was a person or a spirit at that point because I wasn't close enough. As I'm getting closer, I start to feel the rhythm of the speech to realize right away it was a spirit.
Mm.
So I walk down a room and I look, oh, this is where the guy just died. Well, I look into the room and here he is, his waist sticking above the floor and his legs are dangling on the floor underneath. And I look at him, I said, what are you doing? He goes, the floor turned to quicksand. He says, I can't stand on the floor. And I started laughing. I says, come on, take my hand. And he goes, okay. And his hand went through my hand. I said, no. Picture in your head that you're going to hold my hand. And all of a sudden, I felt a firm grip on my hand. Okay, now stand up.
And they do.
And he puts his feet on the ground and he goes, oh. I says, you're a spirit. You can float right through the floor or float right up through the ceiling if you want to, you know. Mm-hmm. And he goes, this shit is too weird. I said, yeah. I says, I'm going to get my buddy to come help you. I says, he's not a bad guy. He just looks, you know, scary.
Yeah, Alan.
Alan.
Yeah, and they do that. They do, and it can be very scary for them. And you know, they do that. That is what to be able to move things, to be able to touch you and help you to feel them and things like that. They do have to manifest that in their minds. You think before they had the physical body, they could touch you, you could feel it. No, they don't. They have to use their mind as their body. They have to use that to be able to move things, to be able to touch, to be able to do these sort of things. You know what I mean? That is what they have to do. And it's the same when they're learning to walk, because it will feel like they're sinking because they're not used to it. They've got to manifest in their mind that the floor is hard and they're walking on it. That is what they have to do.
You know, it's just like it's just coming to the realization that you're not solid, everything else is. So, you know, the laws of physics are now upside down on their head, right? So anyway, Astro came and took him and brought him, and he's done superb. I mean, obviously, guy. But one other thing I was saying about what you were saying about going in the house and everything else, I've had a few people, and I you know, I watched lots and lots and lots of people. And there's lots of people that used to taunt, used to do this, used to do that.
No.
And they don't do that. Anyway, I had a couple people say to me, you know, after we started watching you, and I took this as a super big compliment, after we started watching you and realized that you're getting better evidence by treating them with respect and treating them like people, we changed, we totally decided, hey, this is the way that we should do it. Right, and then our evidence was so much better, you know.
Right.
Yeah. Respect. I mean, if you're going to respect them, they're going to respect you. If you're going to be a dick to them, they're going to be a dick to you, right? Now,
exactly. Yep.
Really want.
I want them to speak to them. Tell them how.
Respectable evidence, or do you want
evidence
like a dick, you know?
Is your fate meant before you come to Earth? Your path is marked before you're born, but your fate is what you make it. So the paths you choose and what you choose to be and what you do. So there is a path that's specifically marked for each and every one of us, but some of us do stray off of that path and go another way. So it's not concrete in dirt that's your way of your life. There is a path that is linked for you, but people in life go down different roads and different paths and sometimes lose themselves. you know, so it's not concrete fate, but
There is fate.
there is a pathway.
There is fate, but keep it in mind, fate is also what you make it, right?
Exactly, yeah.
You know, like
Fate, yeah, that's what I said. You know, fate is what you make it, the path you choose, the way that you choose to be. You know, that is your fate. You know, they can't make your fate. They can give you a path. It's your way to choose on what you want to be and what you want to do. So
it's like when you get a premonition and they say, oh, this is going to happen. And everybody thinks, oh, that's the fate. No.
Oh,
because you're going through your day and you say, oh, I recognize this, I recognize that, I recognize this. And then all of a sudden, you recognize something else and then you don't do that. That changes everything from then that point forward. Right?
That's where you have to learn your lessons, isn't it?
Right? So it's like fate isn't never written in stone because every day we make a million choices.
exactly, yep.
By next week, you've changed so many different things, just random stuff, that fate cannot stay exactly where it is. It's going to shift, it's going to turn, it's going to change a little bit all the time.
Exactly.
Because
fate's not one thing, fate's many things. It's many decisions, many ways, many thoughts. It's many things.
Yeah, it'll stay in the same ballpark. You know, fate will be in the same ballpark. But whether you get a home run or you get, tied out, that's totally up to you.
Exactly.
Yeah, exactly. You choose your path. That it's you that chooses the way.
Wherever we come from, say the divine energy wants the best for us, but it's up to us what we do with our life. That's why we have to learn the lessons that we do.
Well, if you believe in God, okay. Now this is for people who believe in God. If you believe in Ekikar, if you believe in Taoism, if you believe in any, they all have the same one rule, okay? But the Christian God says it the best, which I believe they're all one anyway.
Yeah, they are.
But that's just me. That's just my opinion, okay?
Yes.
It's not written in stone, and it's not the views or the ideas of the people that are hosting the show. It's just my own opinion. Anyway, so the God, he says it right there. Human beings have the freedom of choice.
Exactly. We have to make our own choices.
Okay. We have been given the gift.
That's the special thing about it.
The freedom of choice to choose what we wish to do. Okay.
Yeah.
So yes, fate is fate. It's solid, but we have the freedom of choice.
To have
want that fate.
Exactly.
Right. So I mean, unless you want to argue with God, which I
yes, I advise against.
Okay. I advise against it.
Come back as a.
I mean, up to you if you want to. But to me, if God says, look, you got the freedom of choice, I ain't arguing with the dude. Okay. I'm saying, okay, boss,
Exactly. And that's how I am. I'm like that with God, and I'm like that with Mother Nature and Mother Earth as well. That to me, they're all our creators. They're all who we are. So I don't argue with the higher power, the divine, I call them. I don't argue with them.
Well, yeah, and then
always get the best interest at heart.
I'm a spirit walker. I'm not a Christian, but I am a Christian. But I'm not. I don't classify myself as that.
No.
I know what you mean.
Here's the thing. This one guy one time came up to me because I'm also a pastor. He came up to me and says, he says, this is tough. And I says, what's tough? And he said, being a Christian is really tough. And I said, why? He says, you get bashed all the time. A lot of people are against it. A lot of people are for it, but there's so much against it. And it's so impolitically correct nowadays and blah, 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 blah. And I looked at him. I said, nowadays?
Oh, sorry, Nella.
I said, nowadays? He goes, yeah. I says, let's think about this for a second. Jesus
went
around doing this stuff. And look at all this shit he got into. He goes, yeah. And I says, and it definitely wasn't politically correct on anything that he was saying or doing. They said, yeah. I says, and he got crucified for it. They went, yeah. So you're in pretty good company. Don't worry about it. You know, if God could get through this world unscathed, what makes you think you can?
You can, exactly.
Right?
Yeah.
Like, you couldn't get through here unscathed. There's no way we're gonna, you know. And
Just do our best.
he started laughing about it, and he said, "Oh, that you know, that's good." So the point, what's the point? Well, the point is, even in that part, if you think about it, that was all done so we have the freedom to choose.
Yeah.
The freedom to be.
Yes.
We basically, the whole thing is about not the freedom to be who we want to be who we are. Right? And it's put on our plate. You know, it's not someone telling us, you got to do this, you got to believe this, you got to believe that. It's, here's your plate. There's this mortgage board. Go fill your plate up, you know.
Right.
And whatever you want to have, whatever you believe in, you put that on your plate. Whatever you think is hogwash, toss it in the bin.
Exactly. Yep. You make your choices and your decisions at the end of the day. And it's the same in your paranormal field and your spiritual field. You don't have to sit here and choose to listen and believe everything we say, but that's down to you. It's your own mind, your own way. You know.
See that you have these talks to make these open.
We're not here to push religion on you. We're not here to make you believe. Yeah, that's up to you. You know, it's amazing when people do come to our side and become believers and are fully in it. It is amazing. Don't get us wrong, but we're happy with people that are skeptical. We're happy with people that they're not so sure. You know, the world is many things, and so are people. So, you know, you accept everybody, and you know, for us, just being real and being true to what we are, it doesn't mean that you guys have to believe that. You know, you've got your own way.
All we care about, all I've ever cared about, okay, I can't say we, not for this statement, but all I've ever cared about is that a person be the person they really want to be, so that they can be happy, so that their heart is good, so that they can do good for themselves and do good for others, right? As long as you spread goodness and you've got a good heart, you're in my books. You're in my good books. I don't care what you believe, what you do, anything. It doesn't matter. That's on the cake.
That's what I'm saying. You could be any walk, any religion. You're accepted as long as you've got the respect in that. You know, what you believe, son, what you are, and who you follow is up to you. You know, we're happy with that. We're all different. You know.
Yeah.
It's only you. You come into the world alone. You go to it alone.
And that's why I do a lot of what I do on my channel, to lift people up and inspire them, help them, because, you know, I do believe that people should know that they're all individually special and different, and they're all important, and that's why I do what I do. And hopefully in doing that as well, it helps them to open up, it helps them to connect more to themselves and to see things in a different way. That's why I do it.
Yeah.
You know, it's not...
Mary, I gotta say, I believe in the app. I really just don't think I understand it. Mary, I've been doing this for 52 years, and I still ain't any closer to understanding it.
You never fully understand the paranormal and spirituality. Like, you're forever learning. There's new things always coming your way. There's always new discoveries and new things. You know, it's a massive world, and you know, a never-ending world, and you never ever can even touch the surface with it, because there's so much. You know.
You know, I know a few things. I understand a few things. But I'll tell you what, every day I learn something new too. So
definitely, something every day.
And that's why I like doing this sort of thing, not just because I'm very good at explaining things and I'm very good and I put a lot of things across, but I like meeting other people that have got things that they're better at, and it's good to be able to mix with other people, and we have our own point of views and we learn from each other, you know, because anyone that comes up to you and goes, well, I'm a paranormal investigator and I know everything about the paranormal. No, you don't. No, you don't. Not even with an ability do you know everything about the paranormal. And they're like, well, we're professional. There is no such thing as a professional investigator, because none of us can be fully connected to what that is until we're in that realm. Okay.
Exactly.
And when we do go to that realm, we're made to forget it. Okay. So you'll never, ever a true understanding of the paranormal. You only learn, see, and do things from things you discover and you learn along the way. And that's not everything. So there is no true professional investigator. We are researchers and studiers for a reason, because it's something we don't understand and it's something we want to know more about. Yes, we know some things, but we don't know everything.
Spirit. I'm the biggest, bravest person going anywhere, but I've still not seen a spirit face to face. For all I know, I could run. I just don't know yet. You know what I mean?
Like that's absolutely. There's no such. If someone says to you they're a professional, they're full of crap.
Such thing.
Yes.
There are people.
No one's professional.
There are people, people,
I say highly educated.
People say, well, that's your opinion. I'm just an elder. That's it. I know what I know. That's it. I'm an elder.
Yeah.
It will help.
I don't portray to know everything. I know what I need to know and what I'm shown, and that's enough. There are people in this world that we would class as if people would say the category professional. There are people like that. You've got Ed and Lorraine Warren, for instance.
No,
They were very, very, very good at what they did. But even them, as who they weren't professional. They were very, very educated researchers. They knew a lot of stuff. Okay, and it's just that the word professionals brought into that equation because it indicates somebody that knows what they're talking about and what they're doing, sort of thing. But no one is professional.
That's how it works. That's how it works.
Exactly.
We're just highly educated.
You'll
highly acknowledged.
Learn and learn. You'll get old. You'll die. You'll go to the afterlife. You'll find out everything you've ever wanted to know.
Right.
Then you'll be reborn again. You'll forget everything again. The cycle will start again.
And that is how it's supposed to be. That is because, there is a place, there is another land that we're all supposed to go and be part of one day. Yeah, but to get to that place, you've got to find what your reality is and what your way is here. You have to find your true links to the Lord, to the divine, and to your meaning and purpose of life. And this happens through many of our lives. We have different souls and beings in each life, and each one of them souls takes something of a lesson from that world. When that is formed, the true spiritual self we're supposed to be, that's when we go to the other place and we don't come back to earth.
And the key word,
that's when we become guides and angels and everything else, guardians of the forest, fairies, angels, all of them sort of things. That's when that happens.
And the key words that Sherry just said was your Lord, not her Lord or my Lord or anybody else's Lord. When you find your Lord, that's the key.
Exactly, because he's not my Lord, he is everybody's Lord. Okay, he when people say, well, what is God? Okay, he's portrayed along as this man that walks on the land. Yes, very much like me and Pups, very connected to nature, very connected to life. But what is God? God is he is a powerful energy of heaven and the universe and everything else, and he is in everything. Okay, he is in us, he is in the whole world. The world is him. Yeah, so you've got God, you've got Mother Earth, you've got Mother Nature. The other part, the feminine side, that forms life as well, because you need both male and female to form life. Okay, so this is what the world had to do. Okay, so then you've got God, which is the world and everything else that's in it. Then you've got Mother Earth, which is the system and the plate that we're on, which is this world. Yeah. Then you've got Mother Nature, which is the element and the goddess that gives us food and gives us trees so we can breathe, gives us plants for different medication and different things, and all this sort of, it's all linked. And for me, we are with God all the time. We are with Mother Earth and Mother Nature all the time. It don't matter where we are. Okay, so They are the most important things that you should be searching for in yourselves, okay? Because they are who give us this life and the other lives we've had, okay? And we may go through life feeling like we're being taught lessons and we're doing this and we're doing that, and you get a lot of people that will sit there and go, oh, it's not fair that this is happening. And have you ever stopped to think that everything that we endure and we go through in life is a lesson? It's a way for us to learn. It's not them torturing us or punishing us when we become ill and we have things wrong with us. I used to hate it and think I was being punished. Now I look at it, I've got these illnesses because I am linked to Earth, to Mother Nature, to God. They suffer, I suffer. We all suffer because they suffer, yeah? We're all here as one spiritual energy. We're all brothers and sisters. We are all related. We are all linked one way or another because of God and because of Mother Earth and Mother Nature.
Yeah,
that is a fact.
Yes.
And besides, what is God? Whatever He wants, He's God.
He is anything. Anything. He can be anything. Same as Mother Nature and Mother Earth can be anything. They can be anything they want.
That's like what do you feed a 2,000-pound lion? Anything it wants.
But it's true, and
If you could stay
presumes
positive, do positive, everything will turn out positive. That's what you try to do.
Everybody presumes God is a man, but he's no.
It's
He's just a being.
He is an energy. He is a power. He is everything.
He's my phone.
He is
my wall.
Earth. He is the universe. He is the stars. He is the sky, the water. He is everything.
That's the basis.
Same as Mother Earth and Mother Nature.
That's the basis of my druidism. That's the basis of my shamanship. Okay? That's the basis of my pastorship. That everything and everyone is going to, as a druid, sitting in a car, okay? I'm sitting in the car and I'm at the stop sign, a four-way stop, right? Well, am I just sitting in the car? No, because I'm sitting in the car and the seat is attached to me and to the body of the car. The body of the car is attached to my tires. The tires are attached to the road, which go over to the sidewalk on the other side of the street, kitty corner to where I am, to where the man is standing. The man and I are now connected. Right?
Yeah.
Well, everything is connected. It just depends whether you wish to open your mind to conceive the fact that everything is connected.
Acknowledgement. Exactly. When you walk past a person and eye to eye comes in contact, you are communicating, you are connecting. That is what it is. Just going and giving a nod, you're connecting, you're communicating. Some people are so oblivious to that and don't realise the powerful connection that somebody can just have by looking at someone else.
And that is the energy.
And it just happens that some of us are very open to it. We see it every single day. And we're here to learn, to teach, and hopefully, other people will come and wake up and be who they want to be as well.
It's fun. See, once you open yourself up to it, it's fun, all the things that you discover and you feel and you connect.
Do you know, the best feeling for me is when I'm walking among the living and I can see them walking around as well. And it's like I can see some of them like I'm looking at you guys, and I'll just walk past and acknowledge them. No one else is oblivious. And it's so beautiful when they acknowledge you and you know that they know that you can see them. And it's an amazing feeling. And sitting in nature and sitting on the floor and I'm around water, around my lake, and I've got the spirit box going and I can see them walking around and they're relaxed and they're in their element, and it's just such an amazing thing to see. And it's the same when you connect with nature, like when I connect with the fairies and that, the light and the colours that come out when they're communicating with you, it's like the forest has changed to something else. It's absolutely amazing. It is.
That's the thing. I love that. I love walking through the mountains and the hills.
You feel the trees talking to you.
And the streams and the waves. And you can see trees are alive. Trees are life forms.
Trees and plants and that are alive. They've all got a vibration and a pulse. You know what I mean? That's why you should touch them. When you touch them, you'll feel a vibration. That's their energy. That's them. They're alive. they're communicating with you.
You have
You
to
know.
open yourself up to it, though. And you have to
Oh,
believe.
I'm going to have to go. My dad's here.
Oh,
Yeah, I need
Okay,
to go.
Pup.
catch you later, Danny.
All right, blessings,
Thank you for
everybody.
coming, Danny.
Love you, Pups.
Danny,
See you
thank you
later.
for
Thank you,
It's
dear.
always a pleasure.
Always a
be,
pleasure.
Pups.
See you later.
Bye.
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 Bye. Love you.
Bye.
Love you too. Bye-bye.
Danny's great, isn't he? I love him when he comes on.
I could just
Thank
sit
you,
listening.
Oh, he
to
is, and he's a very, very wise man as well, and he's experienced a lot in his 51, 52 years that he's been doing it, and he's very real at what he does, and he's been around some extraordinary people that are like him, you know what I mean? So
It's so good. It just explains it all to a level
Mhm.
that you understand instead of using like all the big words and different things. It tells you a
exactly,
story.
and I think that's why, like, me and him connect so much, because when I talk, I'm the same. Like, I'll say some things and people will be like, and then I will explain what I mean, because
Tell a story and
I
then-
am about wanting people to understand and to relate. And how can people understand and relate if you don't explain what it is? You know, that's how I look at it. That's why I teach. That's why I learn, because we're all connected. So that's why Pups does it, and you guys do it, and everybody. You know, we all do things in different ways. There is no right or wrong way. It's as long as you've got the respect and the understanding and stuff there is no right or wrong way to be an investigator or a spiritualist or a medium or anything, or a witch. You know, we're all individually different and we all practice differently. There's nothing wrong with that.
I feel like I'm meant to do this. See, I feel like I'm meant to do this. I feel like I'm meant to bring people together.
This is what I would say is called fate, yeah, because when there is certain things that come in your life that are very prominent and very particular to you, like in my life, I've done catering, I've done dance. Now, dance I'm very connected to because that is a rhythm, that's a way of life, yeah, so that I am connected to. But I've done catering, I've done other things, and it's never worked out for me and things like that. But the one thing that's always stayed prominent in my life is my spirituality and my paranormal. That was my fate. This is who I was supposed to be. And that's probably the same for you. You know, people go, yeah, but ain't fate from the beginning? No, fate is when it's meant to happen. You know, you could go years and years and years being a believer, but your fate won't hit you till it's meant to.
Exactly.
So you know what you need to be and what you're meant to be doing.
You're not supposed to know. You're supposed to enjoy the journey.
You just endure what you are, and that's how you learn.
You know,
and one
I'm
day.
going to have to go, guys, and get Liam his supper. Sorry.
Oh, catch you later. Drew, is your special guest on tomorrow night out of curiosity?
Well, I don't know, because I said to him about it, and I think it may have to be Sunday. Definitely can't be Saturday.
Message me tomorrow, and because it might be a conspiracy night.
I'll let you know as early as I can. I'll let you know for about 12. But I will see you soon. Thank you, everybody.
Catch you later.
Bye, Drew, darling.
Hey, bother. I'll speak to you soon. Bye, guys.
Yeah.
Blessed be. Good night.
Good night, Drew. I must admit, I keep seeing twinkles of light behind you, Sherry.
Yeah, you will. They're very much active at the minute because they know that I'm going to be doing an investigation in about an hour. So they're all excited.
The other side, yeah. There's a thing in the wall. I don't know what it is. There's something there. Aye, that's where he is, or she is. I've seen it moving about a few times.
Yeah, well, I'm doing an investigation later, and I think they're getting excited because they know that the investigation stuff's going to be coming up. So,
see, I can tell when my house guest is in my room, and I think it's waking me up. I don't know what it's doing to me, but I can sense things now. My pal that's usually with me, he's not here now. He's away. I can tell when I can tell when he comes, and I can tell when he goes. And I don't feel him now, but I feel something in that corner. I don't know what it is.
Oh yeah,
there's
a lot of energy that comes from that corner.
It's like sparkles. That's what it is. It's like a sparkler. I don't know if anybody in the chat can see it. Now and again, you'll just see it hovering. Will you be twinkly light?
Well, show yourself. You want to show yourself, darling?
Can anybody in the chat see it, guys? Can you see this? The coordinate
Chloe,
below the thing in the wall.
Can you show Chloe? What show?
Aye, that's where I keep seeing like twinkles, slightly.
I can see you. You doing? Come down here then.
Mm-hmm.
She's just standing there at a minute, just staring like.
Is it a spirit or is it a fairy?
Yeah,
Is it a fairy?
yeah. That's Chloe. That's my little girl spirit. She's the one that calls me mummy and that. She's always around me.
I take it the thing that I seen was a fairy then, the other night.
Say that again, huh?
The thing that I seen the other night, was that a fairy?
Yes.
Aye,
Yeah.
it doesn't look like that. It looks different. It's like a wee twinkle of light now and again, and it's just
Like you
moves
can
about.
see the wings.
Aye,
There was a twinkle
'cause
that just went up the wall then a minute ago.
aye, that's what I seen. That's what I seen. That's what I seen. Aye, I see it now and again. There's just like below the wall, there's like something like a table or something, and it's just there.
Yes.
I've been watching it all night. Wee twinkle there, then a wee twinkle above it. It's been moving about, up and down. I don't know what it is, but I can sense things now. And I felt it the other day when I went in the graveyard. You feel like you're being watched. I never used to get that. I don't know, I must be opening up. And
that is probably what you're doing. So you have to just enjoy that. Obviously, like I said, you have to make sure that you're protected and stuff like that. Just use that as an advantage. Like start talking to them and things. Get them to communicate. The more you communicate with them and the more you open up to them, the more connected you become. You know.
Well, I only talk to my house guest. I only talk to him, really. I never really talk when I get in the graveyard. I just wander about, tidy it.
When any spirit needs help, they search for the right vibe of a person to cross them over, and that's how they feel our beautiful auras and light. Yeah, they do. They can communicate and pick up on us through our aura, our light,
I can see your aura.
soul. But they can also see us physically, like we can see them. Some of them. A lot of them do go to certain people for certain helpings because like I said, you've got to have that connection with the spirit. If there's something of a familiarity with you and that spirit, they'll come to you and work with you. Not every spirit that comes in communication with you wants to cross over. Some of them you have to work a bit hard with. Some of them won't ever cross for personal reasons until you go yourself. I've got spirits that have made it very clear that they won't cross into the light till my time comes. Then they'll do it. But then I've got spirits that do cross in the light, and I've got spirits that are not ready to cross in the light yet. Sometimes with them, they need to turn. Some of them turn up because they need somebody to talk to. They need to try and understand a little bit more about their self and what's happened to them and why they're this way and what they should be doing, learning about themselves. And then when they're ready, that's when a lot of them will say that they're ready to cross over. And you can't force them to do something they don't want to do, you know. So.
See it again. I think we're going to have an active investigation tonight.
Oh yeah.
What time are you live at, so as my subscribers can come over and watch you?
I was going to go on about 12, because then it gives me time for it to go into the witching hour. Now I'm going to just do an overnight thing.
I'll see if I can. I'm just going to put the link in the chat so as they can go to your channel, guys, because Sherry's got to be going live shortly, guys. There you go. That's Sherry's link to her channel. Please give her a subscribe.
Everything is set up and ready. I'm waiting for 12 o'clock to hit the clock, and then I'll be going in there with them. I'll do probably be on for about an hour with myself, just doing a little bit of spirit box and talking to them and that. and then I shall leave them to
I'll pop in
their
from
own
time
way.
to time and have a wee noise.
They
Hear
love
them
when
intro themselves.
you have to show yourself on there, even if you're not going to be on it the whole time. And I always stay in the room and write and type and make sure that everybody's all right and things like that. So, and they love it. They like it like that. They like the time with me, but then they like their time of fame on their own. They like to just be on their own and get on with it.
I just feel like there's somebody behind you watching you. I don't know what it is.
I've got lots and lots of spirits that watch me. I'm very connected. I've got lots of spirits here.
I just feel like I'm not alone. I kind of am not alone in here because they do my pals here, but
It's probably letting you know, like giving you little vibes and feelings, so you know.
Thanks, Mary, for subscribing to Sherry.
Thank you, Mary. I will get you back.
God is
yes,
love.
50 minutes.
Nice. Well, I'm going to end it now and I'm going to go and let Sherry get ready for our live. And thank you for coming, everybody. And thank you, Sherry. Looking forward
You're
to your
very
live.
welcome. You know that I'm here
Catch
to
you
help
later.
if I can. Love and light,
Bye,
guys.
guys.
Bless me.